Well, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks everybody for coming, braving the cold and the weather earlier today. The first thing I have to do is, I have to just ask, how many people are as upset as I am that it's a little cooler and we couldn't wear our official Lindbrook ribbon cutting shirts? I was kind of upset about that. I was hoping the weather would be nicer and we could all wear them and sport them, but que sera. So thanks everybody for coming. I'm happy to report that we said we'd deliver this building in 18 months through COVID, through supply chain disruptions, through everything, and guess what? We opened month 18, so we're very proud of that. And I always say it's very much a team sport, and many of the team members are here, and I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm certain I'm going to miss somebody because there's so many people here that I need to acknowledge. And again, in the interest of brevity, I'm not going to go too crazy, but I'm going to leave some of them for my partner Fran, who's going to introduce a couple people. But when you go through the building after we cut the ribbon and you look at it, know well that all the interior design has nothing to do with me. Nothing whatsoever. If it were me, it'd be a couple of beach chairs and a cooler and a TV. So when you look at the partnership with Terwilliger and Bartone Properties and the Cornerstone assets that we build, it's very much a team sport there. My partner Fran and her keen eye for decorating, and when you walk through the units and the building, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, and again, no, well, that's not me. And we wrestle quite a bit with our decorators. They can be a real pain in the, you know what? But at the end of the day, thanks to my partner, you see these jewel boxes of assets that we build here. Also, we have joining us is my partner, Mike Pellerito. So thanks for coming, Mike. We have one of our newer team members, our development director, Brendan DeLawrence here from the Terwilliger-Bartone side. And then our senior partner, our chairman, Ron, he couldn't be here. He's the wise man. He's down in Florida. So Ron's job is to yell at me. Ron is very good at his job. But he couldn't be here today. He's down. He's the smart one down in Florida. So just a couple people. I won't acknowledge those who are going to say a couple words. So I'll kind of skip over them and just mention the team aspect of this, and just say for any of you Lynbrook residents who are here, and hopefully there are some of our residents who are living here. And by the way, the building is currently. I get this question a lot from everybody who's here. The building is currently 30% leased, which is terrific for this time of year since we just opened the doors. And once you see it, oh, thank you. Thank you. And once you see it, you'll know that it'll lease up in no time. That's never a problem, especially here in Lynbrook. But for any Lynbrook residents who are here, you have to acknowledge that when you talk about getting something like this done, it all comes down to leadership. And I've said that before. I said it at the golf outing. And you have flanking me over here, you have Mayor Beach and his board. And yes. And this really isn't lip service. It's a statement of fact. Wherever the communities we build in, we build there because of leadership, period. That's it. And I want to just say, the mayor and his board, they campaigned on the fact, a couple things. They said, look, we're going to knock down and get rid of that Capri Motel. And guess what? Here we stand. The other thing the mayor campaigned on is he said, I'm going to get rid of that feather factory. Well, guess what's happening in a couple months? So although I'm standing here and we developed this building, we wouldn't be without the leadership of your mayor and your board. So we're eternally grateful for them. Also part of the team, an instrumental part of the team, is our friends from the IDA. We got Harry, we got Richie. I'm going to mention all the board members. Tim Williams, I'm not sure if Tim got here. No, he's not here. Amy Flores, Lewis Warren, Catherine Fee. God, she's here. A few of them are here. Where is she? There you are. Hi. And Colleen Pereira. Colleen is the Wizard of Oz. She's the wizard behind the curtain. Whenever we have any questions or anything with the IDA, we call Colleen. But none of this is possible without without that type of support from the Nassau County IDA. And let me tell you, again, not just lip service, nobody does it better. We work all throughout Long Island, and we've worked with lots of different IDAs, lots of different villages, and the Nassau County IDA has really got this down, and they do a great job, so I thank you. So just to acknowledge a couple of the members of the Terwilliger-Bartone team, the most important one, my wife, Michelle. And guess what? My mom's here. Say hi to Mom. How cool is that? We have anybody who works on one of our projects will know they'll be hounded by our project coordinator. That's just the name because it wears so many hats as Danielle Romano over here. In the back there is also another Wizard of Oz behind the curtain who many people don't see. One of our longest standing partners, employees, is Nancy Alamo, who's been with me for over 20 years now. So thank you, Nancy. So other than the IDA, look, we couldn't build this without money, right? The guy over there, Mike McCarthy, M&T Bank. Mike, thanks for your money. Yeah, see, we actually did do something with it. It wasn't like a really sexy Aruba trip. We really used it.
We did that too.
Yep. Over there, we have our predecessor community manager and our current community manager. We have just terrific managers. We have Megan Cleary, who's our former community manager, and Patrick, who's managing this community, just does an exceptional job. With Zach, is Zach out here? We have our building super, Zach. Zach's at the front door. So whomever comes, visits, lives here, they are really quite lucky. They have the varsity team as with their community managers and supers who are here to serve them, and they do just an exceptional job. So we have those folks here. We have, listen, most importantly, who built this freaking thing, right? We got our super Mike D'Amato, we got our super Bob Mulligan, our super Mark Landley. So these are the guys who built the asset. Nick Weiss, one of our supers, actually retired at the end of this project. It was funny, he said, as I kept saying, we are delivering this by month 18. Apparently I killed Nick. And so we did deliver it, but he has since retired. He's not here with us today. Does anybody really want to acknowledge the lawyers? I guess. For Joey Deegan Toronto, we got Dan Deegan and Dan Dornfeld. We got the lawyers here. We got the police are here just to make sure nobody gets out of line when they have the wine. Chief Palladino's here. The designers of this beautiful building, not the interior decorators, but the exterior. And let me tell you, it was when we were first tasked with Lynbrook's Architecture Review Board of saying, keep in character with the Tudor style of the neighborhood, we're like, whoa, that's a challenge with a multifamily building. That's not so easy to do. And so we have from the design team, Mike Bonacasa and Jen Guzman from H2M. There's a whole slew of architects, but again, I'm trying to keep it brief, so I'm only going to acknowledge who's here. Bonacasa's only here for the wine, so. Let me see. So we got. Eric, you're going to speak, so I won't say much about you. You'll be able to talk about yourself. We have some folks from the chamber. I won't say nothing about you guys. You're going to speak. Behind the scenes, John Giordano from the village. Thanks, John, for coming. And the village, you guys, you're...
Anthony D'Esposito, councilman.
Anthony, thank you very much. Good call, Anthony D'Esposito, councilman. You got to clap for the councilman. If you clap for the lawyers, you got to clap for the councilman. Yes. He's one I want to know? Okay. And you guys you got a terrific building department, Brian Stanton and Terry Daly. I don't think they're here, but we have to acknowledge they do just a tremendous job. They were all over the project. They were nothing but helpful. It's been a real pleasure working here in the village. So I thank you for being such a gracious host to us. Thank you. So with that said, I told you I'd be brief, all right? I'm being as brief as possible. I had to acknowledge a couple people, but I'm gonna introduce the one who's really, as I said, responsible for the lovely finishes, and my partner, Fran Terwilliger.
Well, first, before I welcome you all, I want to say my partner, not only is he a great developer, contractor, and just all-around amazing person, but you're a hell of a speaker, and you did a great job. So really, I give Anthony a big hand because none of this would happen if it wasn't for Anthony. Anyway, thank you all for coming tonight. It is cold, so I am a quick speaker. I'll be in and out, but I do really want to thank, in addition to everything that Anthony said, I echo it. And I really want to thank everybody for coming this evening, and specifically Mayor Beach. Met you how many years ago, and we all sat and we had this great plan, and Anthony and I genuinely, it's not just, we're Long Islanders, we love it, we love Long Island, and we're so happy that you trusted us, and your board, thank you so much, and the residents that you all worked with us and trusted us, that we really care and we wanted to build something that really fits seamlessly into your community, and we feel like it's a real net plus. I mean, it's a gorgeous asset. We're just so happy. And it's going to be a great home for so many residents that already live in Lynbrook or want to come live in Lynbrook, because it is such a special community. And this is really, I think, a great example of a real public-private village partnership. So thank you all. And as Anthony said, we couldn't have hit it at the worse, more difficult time with COVID. But, you know, we did it. And we're really happy, and it's on time. And we're thrilled about that. And the design, we really feel like, again, taking the community's input. We appreciated that so much, everybody coming out and giving us their input. And we feel like it represents, the exterior is the past of Lynbrook, which has so much character to it. And then the interior is the, you know, new, modern, going forward look into Lynbrook. So without much ado, I just want to thank you all so much. And we hope that we have more opportunities to work with you guys. So thanks a lot, everybody.
So we have a few other folks who we're gonna ask to come up, just say a couple words. And I'm not sure, Corey or Steve, who's from the chamber. We were fortunate to have the past president and the current president from the Lynbrook Chamber of Commerce, who's been nothing but supportive. So I'm not sure who either you or Steve who wants to come up, but there you go, you're up.
So I'm personally very excited to be here. You know, walking around this building, it is absolutely gorgeous. So first, congratulations to you, Anthony, and your team. You know, you guys should really be proud of the building you built here. You know, this is what Lynbrook needs, in my opinion. You know, we need this infusion of young people, of people who are coming in here looking for luxury apartments, who want to be a part of our community, who are going to patronize our stores. You know, we're hoping that this project, along with the other projects that are coming to the village, are just going to do great things to help us increase commerce all over and just make Lynbrook a even stronger place. Personally, I was at this building a lot when it was the Capri. I was in the fire department here. And we were here all the time, so this is a great improvement from what was here before. You know, to Mayor Beach, congratulations. You know, on you guys for helping to bring this project to fruition, and everyone involved. You know, I wish you guys a lot of success here in Lynbrook, and I'm sure you guys will be leased up in no time.
Thank you.
We just learned something new about it.
And so here's, like I said, I can't say enough about the Nassau County IDA, and we have the leadership here with Harry and Richie. So I don't know who, Richie, Harry, or whomever, I'd like to have one of you come on up, because you guys are the best.
It's great, you know, it's great to be here. I've lived on Long Island my whole life, and what the most interesting thing is, I remember meeting with Fran and Anthony and Dan Deegan, who did a great job. Dan, thank you as always. Down on the third floor in our building, in some dilapidated conference room, when we first got started 4 years ago, and talked about this project. And here it is, and it's a great thing. You know, we have board meetings, we sit in offices, but to really see what we accomplish together as a team with the developer, with the attorneys that work on this, with Mayor Beach, and you know, we know each other a long time, and the village is wonderful. This is something that is critically important for the future of Long Island. It's transit-oriented development. It's you can walk to the train station, and it will bring people to Lynbrook, people that commute into the city, that want to work, that need jobs. As you said before, it's going to inject money into the community. People are going to die in Lynbrook. I will tell you that just this morning, I was at Merle's the clothing store on Atlantic Avenue buying a suit and 2 sport jackets, which I don't ordinarily do that often. But looking at the community, downtown Lynbrook, I used to date a girl, Fran, from East Rockaway. I used to come to Lynbrook to Shapen's Bakery for jelly donuts, and maybe too many trips to White Castle. Now I go to Cold Stone Creamery.
Richard,
But-
you didn't come west though, right? You didn't come west.
No, of course not. But this is a great community, and I'm proud that the IDA was able to be helped. People don't understand what the IDA does, but the fact is that without the IDA, and thank you for mentioning our board, and Harry Coughlin, our CEO, who does a great job, Catherine Fee, and our whole board, this is what we do. We give tax incentives. We don't lower taxes. We give tax incentives to get developers to come here to build projects like this. That's really what's important. Nassau County needs more housing, more affordable housing, more diverse housing. And so that's what the IDA has been dedicated to. I'm very proud of it, and I think this is a great complex. And maybe Jeff Greenfield and I are moving here ourselves. Why not? Thank you very much.
Thanks, Richie. And I just before I ask Eric from Vision Long Island to come up, I shouldn't have been just grazed over Mayor Beach and the board. I mean, that's terrible. So I need to acknowledge, because they do such a great. No, it's important. You do it right on time, right on cue. So and we always struggle with the X. Mike Hawkshurst. I always struggle with the X. Deputy Mayor. We got Rob Bacchio, Amory Reardon. Laura, come on. Our newest board member, who's just doing perfect work already in such a short time. So I'm sorry I just boarded you and didn't introduce you. So with that said, I'd like to bring Eric Alexander, Vision Long Island, also an integral part of how we got all this done.
So I don't know, when you guys all walked in, was there this like wow moment about this courtyard, right? I mean, how powerful is this? This was, you're transforming one of the worst motels on Long Island probably to this, which is just stunning. If it's the architecture, if it's certainly the interior design and the leadership of the developers, the leadership of the mayor and the board, the leadership of the chamber, leadership of everyone that's involved in this. Think of who's here. Everybody says, hey, around Long Island there's this myth that communities are against development, but they're not against good development. And this was so well done. And you all partnered to make this beautiful. I mean, insanely beautiful. You great, give yourself a hand. This sets the standard. And look, we've been seeing TOD development from what you've started a number of years ago in Farmingdale across Long Island. There's been great projects being built, don't get me wrong, and there's some other wonderful ones in other communities. But this really helps take it to another level, Anthony and Fran. So just credit you all for doing this. This is just fantastic to show other communities how it gets done. We gave a Smart Growth Awards this while it was under construction. I really didn't know it was going to be this awesome. And the electric violin player, they had to add to that. How awesome is that? I have a feeling that Anthony, Anthony's secret for Anthony is when he builds in a community and loves the community, he likes to hang out in the community a little bit. I know Cara and Farmingdale, but I'm willing to bet there's another great local. There's all these new businesses and restaurants coming into Lynbrook. The chamber and the board has done such a great job. I'm sure there's some hangout spots that you've got already here. So,
Alan, I won't say.
okay. You'll have to say which one's which. But the point is, Lynbrook is up and coming thanks to your leadership, and this project really plants a real strong stake in it here in the right way. So congratulations, Anthony, and carry on, guys, and the IDA and everybody.
Thanks, Eric. Where would we be without organizations like Vision Long Island? I don't know. Or Eric, for that matter. Eric is Vision Long Island. So I know him, and most of you as citizen taxpayer. But let me just ask our friend Jeff Greenfield, who's also the first vice president of Nassau County Planning. But again, Nassau County Planning title is second to citizen taxpayer in my eyes.
This is a game changer for Lynbrook. And this board and the mayor and their vision to eliminate the Capri and put this in its place, it's more than just a wow. This is probably one of the best projects we've seen at the Nassau County Planning Commission. And Anthony keeps hitting home runs and bringing us projects, and first farming deal when I first met him, and here. And it's to the point now with our planning commission, besides all the good lawyering from the Ficelli firm, when he comes in there, I tell the board, we're gonna get a quality project. Don't give him a hard time, let's move it quick. And we do that, and we appreciate it. And this is just a wow in a big, big way for the future Lynbrook. I started my insurance career across the street at 8 Freer Street. And on Friday night, we couldn't get out of the building because the line up to Sunrise Highway was so bad to get in the place. That doesn't exist anymore. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you to the board. And thank you to everyone for coming here.
All right, now we got to bring the man up. We saved the power hitter for last. So without further ado, the mayor of the village of Lynbrook, Alan Beach.
Thank you, Anthony, but I have a written speech.
Be afraid.
But I have to ask you, Anthony, are you wearing that shirt tonight to bed?
I have one underneath.
This is getting scary now. This place is awesome, right? Come on, right? This is unbelievable. We lived with something that was so horrendous, and Anthony comes in with Fran, and they build this beautiful place, and I can't thank you enough. As I'm speaking to you, I would like you to witness my board with me, please. Stand with me. Because nothing gets done on this board without them. We work as a team. And there was such a challenge in this village some time before this board was put together. And Fran and Anthony and Ron, we apologize for that, and we thank you so much for hanging tough with us and staying here with us and building such a beautiful facility. We can't thank you enough. This was a dream, and for it to become a reality, it's unbelievable for me. City fireman, seeing something like this being built, unbelievable. Is that a buzzer? I'm supposed to stop talking already? Is this yours? There's no pictures in there, is there? All right, I'll get going with this. The new the Guggenheim Museum, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, opened up in New York City on October 21st, 1959. While many attended the ribbon-cutting ceremonies at Fifth Avenue for the gorgeous occasion of the Guggenheim, 17 miles to the east, the Lynbrook Building Department unceremoniously received a submission for a new motel to be built at 5 Freer Street. Weren't we lucky? Yeah, it is kind of funny, but sad. While the museum quickly became New York City's biggest tourist attraction with its discounted admission rates, the Capri became Lynbrook's. Discounted short stays, hourly rates, and a $10 upgrade for a jacuzzi that was attached to the room. And many came 17 miles away to Lynbrook. On a serious note, this is what this village was dealing with. I don't know if you can see it. 3-hour rates, $60. 4-hour rates, $70. 6-hour rates, $100, plus a $10 deposit for the key. All right? Anthony put an end to that. This board put an end to that. The neighbors, how lucky are they, right? That we got rid of that garbage. And on a serious note, this is what the village was dealing with. It didn't take long for the Capri to fall into disrepair. Neighbors complaining since 1969 about the overcrowding by welfare recipients and the lack of property maintenance. Over the years, the property became a magnet of undesirable activity, police arrests for drug sales, prostitution, drug overdose, and the regular occurrence nonsense always happened. The village revoked the license in 2014, 2016, and then issued an RFP to develop the property. The best proposal was submitted by Terwilliger and Bartone. Terwilliger and Bartone, unbelievable, I just can't believe that this is really done, was selected and had a major task to negotiate to acquire the motel from its owner, who owned many on Long Island and Manhattan. The strenuous ordeal of the negotiations was offset by favorable support of neighbors, who typically, when a project like this comes into the neighborhood, they say, not in my neighborhood. Well, these people welcomed it with open arms, which was such a pleasure for us. Every element and more that was in Terwilliger Bartone's RFP proposal is here today. What they say, they do, and not many people do that in life anymore. So on January 29th, 2022, we welcomed Terwilliger and the Cornerstone to our village, and we are so happy. To Anthony, Fran, and Ron, and their associates at Terwilliger and Bartone, change that name. I'm saying that too much now. Our entire village board and our entire village can't thank you enough. This is such a great success for us, and we want you to have such a great success in the Cornerstone here in Lynbrook. And we thank you for coming to Lynbrook, the bottom of our hearts. And as I said before, thank you for weathering the storm. This was unbelievable. And with that, we'd like to present you with something. And Fred.
Not a t-shirt.
Are we taking the wrapping off?
We got the demolition permit, the building department, and the CO.
That's great. Anthony and Fran, you just set a new standard.
Wait, don't wanna-
Yeah, get on this.
Very clever. They are very clever.
That is nice.
Really special, really.
Yeah.
One, two, three.
Yeah.